The next time you catch a plane and complain about queuing, the food, or the cramped conditions in economy class, spare a thought for the people who had to travel by sailing ship in the 1700s. The following is a diary extract, an eyewitness account from Gottleb Mittelberger, a German schoolmaster who travelled from Europe to Philadelphia in the mid-1700s. When the ship left England for the long voyage to Philadelphia, the passengers had no idea that they were embarking on a journey where they would encounter much hardship and misery. The voyage could take between 8 to 12 weeks, depending on the wind, before they reached Philadelphia. During the voyage, they encountered stench, fumes, many kinds of seasickness leading to vomiting, fever, dysentery, headache, constipation, boils, scurvy, mouth rot, and the like of all which come from old and sharply salted food and meat. The water could be foul, leading to many casualties. Other hardships would be hunger, thirst, frost, heat, dampness, anxiety, along with other afflictions and lamentations. They would also contact lice, which would abound so frightfully, especially on sick people, that they had to be scraped off the body. The misery reached the climax when a gale rages for 2 to 3 nights and days, so that everyone believes the ship will go to the bottom with all human beings on board. In such a visitation, the people would cry and pray most piteously. Mittelberger himself endured severe illness. The suffering of the poor people was so extreme that they often needed consolation. Mittelberger said that he himself entertained and comforted them with singing, praying, whenever it was possible, and the winds and waves permitted it. He kept daily prayer meetings with them on deck. He baptized 5 children in distress because they had no ordained minister on board. He also held divine service every Sunday by reading sermons to the people, and when the dead were sunk in the water, he commended them and their souls to the mercy of God. Among the healthy, impatience sometimes grew so great and cruel that one cursed the other or himself and the day of his birth, and sometimes came near to killing each other. Misery and malice join each other so that they cheat and rob one another. One always reproached the other with having persuaded them to undertake the journey. Frequently, children cry out against their parents, husbands against their wives, and wives against their husbands, brothers and sisters, friends and acquaintances against each other, but most against what they called the soul traffickers. Many sigh and cry, "Oh, that I were home again, and if I had to lie in my pigsty," or they say, "Oh God, if I only had a piece of good bread or a good fresh drop of water." Many people would whimper, sigh, and cry piteously for their homes. Most of them got homesick. Many hundred people perished in such misery and had to be cast into the sea, which drives their relatives or those who persuaded them to undertake the journey to such despair that it was almost impossible to pacify and console them. In a word, the sighing and crying and lamenting aboard the ship continued night and day, so as to cause the hearts of even the most hardened to bleed when they hear it.